Good evening. It is Thursday, the 22nd of March in 2018. I am PD, the Pagan Goddess. I am a panel member of the Blog Talk Radio podcast, The Liberal Redneck. We're on every Thursday night live, or you can catch any of our archives by going to www.blogtalkradio.com/The Liberal Redneck. As I said, tonight is the 22nd of March 2018, but I have dug something up from our archives. You can find it yourself if you look back on October 26, 2017. You're going to hear mostly a conversation between Steve, who is a frequent contributor to the show, and me about some very interesting things that have come to light recently in the mainstream media. So, listen if you can catch tonight's show, because we're going to go into it in far greater detail. Again, www.blogtalkradio.com/The Liberal Redneck.
Let's start off because there are going to be a lot of pieces to the puzzle here. Some people will know, some they may not know. But let's just start with the latest one that was a major revelation from yesterday. Alexander Nix, the head of Cambridge Analytica, the company owned by the Mercers that helped fix the Brexit vote and helped screw up all of the other elections in Western democracies, and have helped dynamically to screw up, the parliament, the Bundestag. Correct me, Scotty, if I'm wrong in my pronunciation. In Germany, and they don't even hardly know what to do. I mean, literally, they're having such a hard time because the election was so skewed with these Trump-like idiots that they don't even know how to sit people next to each other. They can't start their business because they can't find anyone that will sit next to each other in the Parliament House. So we have a real problem here, and and we owe all of this to Vlad the Impaler of democracy. So the whole Steele dossier just points directly back over and over and over again to him directly doing the things that he has done. And, by the time we get through with our hour or whatever we have tonight, that's the real question that people need to take away from this at the end of this conversation, is when all the shit is over with and people go to jail and all of it comes out and we know basically what happened, because we don't live in a Kennedy-esque world anymore, ironically enough, that would be released today. People know too much too quickly now. So, everyone has access to nearly all information. And you can't put this genie back in the bottle. So,
can I add a couple things about the Nix thing? Okay, because I was like all raring to go with this one. The Alexander Nix is important because he had Cambridge Analytica. Also, when he was trying to get the 33,000 emails to Assange with the Russians included, he CC'd Rebecca Mercer in that shows complicit, that she was complicit in this, or at least aware of it. Okay. Also, you were talking about how the Cambridge Analytica had messed up all these other elections. Until now, we haven't been able. I've been saying this for a long time. What if they were using this in the Trump thing? And now we have it. Now we have the follow the money, where it was going back and forth of, no, the Trump campaign is only using RNC's data, but they did say we're using other data, but nothing definite until the one that you, Steve, mentioned, Brad Pascal, when he was interviewed, it came out that they were paying Cambridge Analytica for this, but he says it's mislabeled. And I'm putting air quotes up here. You can't see it. Those things were mislabeled. So those are the couple things I just wanted to throw in. Oh, and also Steve Bannon's on their payroll, on the Mercer's payroll, and was part of a board. Was on their payroll.
He was a senior vice president for Cambridge until he came on board the Trump campaign. That's when he resigned from Cambridge.
Yep.
So, and
all very important things.
Just so people know, Cambridge's offices are literally just a very brief walk down the street from Trump Towers in New York.
Wow.
So we're keeping it all in the neighborhood for certain. And, you know, and I've said in so many places on different programs, it's like, you know, follow Brad Pascal and follow Cambridge Analytica, because both these places are going to lead you where you need to go. And, you know, all this minutia is just so arcane that, you know, people don't really want to think about it because it makes your brain hurt. But you know what? This whole goddamn election makes my ass hurt.
Yeah.
It's not my brain I'm worried about.
Well, one thing I'm not clear on, Steve. I thought I understood that Cambridge Analytica was basically a competitor of Fusion GPS, and they do the same type of opposition research that Fusion GPS does, or maybe different degrees of it, and that the Republicans had hired them to handle the acquisition of the emails. How are they related to the dossier? Because that's one thing I don't see.
The difference between Fusion GPS, which is at the center of this shitstorm, with Chris Steele and his company in England, Orbis, the difference between them and what Cambridge does is that Cambridge is all data mining. All they do is go out there into the omniverse and suck in information and then spit it out, and they can look at everything about your profile and everything you've ever said, and they can tell somebody whether you're a likely Democratic voter or a Republican voter, how conservative you are, whether you're likely to actually vote or not, you know,
so
likely to be.
Do you think you could use this information to, I don't know, target Facebook ads? Maybe?
Oh,
possibly.
I think maybe that might not be much of a stretch.
Yeah, they basically, you know, they have that precision to, like what Steve was saying, you know, to who's going to vote for who, you know, and that's how they targeted all these other elections too.
Yeah, and they can go down to the micro issue, what it is that, like if it's gun control, if that's what pushes your buttons, they could go straight to you, to the jugular vein, and target you on micro target you on gun control in a specific voting district in a specific state.
Are you saying that they were in collusion with the Russians to pinpoint where the trolls needed to go to subterfuge the election?
Absolutely. This is not even a question at this point, and I say this with all fundamental certainty.
Well, if that's all fundamental certainty, we have our collusion beyond question.
Yeah.
I don't think that the legal realities have caught up with the physical realities yet, and we're going to keep seeing a few more episodes like what happened with Cambridge Analytica yesterday, where they connected the first physical dot. But there will be a few more connected, and I think very quickly. and it's going to paint a very grisly picture.